Hello and welcome back to TKs Bar. I'm your host Tessa, and today we're going to be making 3 gin cocktails. I just want to do a personal plug. This shirt and the mask were both made by me, and I'm really proud of them. But let's get straight into the drinks. So we're making 3 today. They're all going to be a gin-based cocktail, and the 3 that we're making are going to be a Tom Collins, a Floradora, and a Southside. These are all going to be pretty easy ingredients to find, other than one of them has orange bitters in it. But again, if you can't find it, try it without it. So first thing we're going to be doing is going over all of our ingredients. Obviously, the first thing we're going to need is our gin. This is a Victoria Premium gin. It is the same gin that I've used in some of my other videos. And again, whatever gin you have works. This is just my gin of choice, so that's why you'll probably see it a lot on this channel. And it's a local gin, so support your local breweries or distilleries. So then the second ingredient we're going to be needing is our simple syrup. This is just a 1-to-1 simple syrup. You can actually find on my highlights on my TKs Bar Instagram just a quick rundown of how to make the simple syrup if you don't know how to make it or if you need to make it. Then we're going to be needing some lime juice and some lemon juice. Whatever you have on hand works. Right now I've got limes and lemons, so I fresh squeezed mine, but if you have to use store-bought, that's totally okay as well. Then we're going to be needing some raspberries and some mint. Again, if you're only making one of these recipes, I'll have all the recipes down below that you can check out, so you won't be needing all of these ingredients. These are just the ingredients for everything. Then, like I said before, we're going to be needing some orange bitters. These, again, if you can't find orange bitters, but you still want a little bit of that orange flavor, I would suggest just using a garnish of an orange twist or something just to express those oils out, so you still get a bit of that scent and a bit of that taste. Then we're going to be needing ginger ale and soda just to top off a couple of our drinks. That is all of our ingredients, so let's get into making these drinks. Like I said, we're going to be starting off with our Tom Collins, and then our Floradora, and then the Southside. Alright, so starting off with our Tom Collins, we're going to be putting everything into the bottom of our shaker tin, and we're going to be starting with a 1.5 ounce pour of our gin. Perfect, so 1.5 ounces of our gin, and then 3/4 of an ounce of our simple syrup. And then 3/4 of an ounce of our lemon juice. And then we're going to give that a quick shake and just strain it into our glass. Perfect. So then the glass we're going to be using today is just a Collins glass. This isn't actually a Collins glass. It's a bit smaller, or a bit like skinnier and a bit taller, but again, whatever you have on hand works. I just really like this type of glass. So now that our glass is filled with ice, we're just going to strain our drink into there. And then we're just going to top that with soda. And there we have our Tom Collins. So the next drink is going to be a Floradora, and we're just going to throw everything into our shaker. So I'm starting with 4 raspberries. We're going to throw those in. Then a 1.5 ounce of our gin. And then we're going to give that a quick muddle. So one thing I will say when muddling is just if you can't get your hands on a muddler, I would just use the back end of a spoon or something larger. I've seen people try it, or I've tried it myself actually, using like a spoon on the edge, but that doesn't work as well. It's nice to get something like maybe a potato masher. If that's all you have, then use it. Then to that, we're going to be adding 1/2 ounce of our simple syrup. And 3/4 of an ounce of our lime juice. Awesome, so then we're just going to throw our drink into the other side and give it a quick shake. Woo. Then we're just going to be double straining this into our glass. And then we're just going to be topping that with ginger ale. And then there we have our Floradora. Perfect. Now that we're finished our Floradora, we're gonna be making our Southside, which is our last cocktail. Let's get straight into it. Last drink, we're gonna be throwing everything in here again, and we're gonna be starting with our mint. So we're gonna grab about 6 to 8 leaves of our mint. I just like to grab a generous handful, and then we're gonna throw that in there. Don't worry about slapping it or anything, because we're gonna be muddling it. Then we're gonna be doing a 2-ounce pour of our gin. Then 3/4 of an ounce of our simple syrup. And then 3/4 of an ounce of our lime juice. So a couple dashes, or 1 dash if you want, of your orange bitters. And then we're gonna give that a quick muddle again. This time, when you're muddling mint, try not to press on it with all your force, because you don't want to break all the mint up. You just want to kind of release the oils out of the mint. Also, a fun little thing when you're muddling, it doesn't apply to either of these recipes, but if you're muddling with mint and a fruit, I always like to muddle with the fruit on top, because you're going to want to muddle the fruit more than you're going to want to muddle the mint. So then we're just going to throw our ice in here and give it a quick shake. Perfect. And then we're going to be straining this into our glass. So the glass we're going to be using today is a coupe glass, which means that, or a coupe or a coupe, I don't know if that's what the actual term is, but basically we're not going to be needing ice for it. If you want to put it on ice, you could totally put it in a highball glass as well. Awesome. So then we're just going to be double straining again into the coupe glass. Perfect. Now, because we did all of our cocktails without a garnish, we're going to be garnishing them now. We're going to start with our Tom Collins. Because this one's kind of just a simple drink, there's not a lot of extra ingredients in it. We're just going to throw a lime wheel on there. And there we have our Tom Collins. Then for our Floradora, there's a little bit more to work with. So what we're going to do is we're going to do a lemon wheel, a lime wheel, and a couple raspberries on a little skewer thing. So by a couple, I actually mean one. I just skewered through the lemon, the lime, and the raspberry, and we're just gonna throw that on the side here. And there we have our Floradora. Beautiful. Awesome, and on to our last drink, our Southside. This one, we're gonna be incorporating mint and lime into it. So we'll make a little garnish using that. This is just a lime that's been skewered and some mint in the middle. And I tried to use a little mint sprig and a full piece of mint. And so with that, we're just gonna throw that on the side here, make it look all pretty. So starting with our Tom Collins, we're just gonna take a taste, and I'll give you some tasty notes that I can. Awesome. So for me, I wouldn't put as much soda as I did, and I was actually kind of worried about that it was gonna dilute it a bit too much. Also, this has been sitting while I've made the other drinks, which isn't ideal, but it's what I had to do today. So it's a little bit more diluted than I would want. For me, I would say the fix for that would just be to put a little bit less soda, and obviously don't let it sit for as long as I let it sit. Like, if you don't want a gin and tonic or a gin and soda, this is a really good alternative, because you're just brightening up an otherwise kind of not as sweet drink. There's not much to this drink, but that's kind of the nice thing about it, is you can make it anywhere. It's kind of simple, and everyone can make it. Then I'm super excited for this. This is our Floradora. By the way, the difference in these glasses isn't very much. That's why I didn't really explain this one, but this one's just a bit more like an actual Collins glass. So, but again, you could put it in a highball glass if you want. I'm gonna take off the garnish to take a sip out of this. So for me, I like this a lot better. You can have that sweetness from the raspberry come in a bit. You've still got a little bit of sourness that's from the lime, but it's a very, very well balanced drink, and I think it's fun and fruity. Perfect time for spring. Then our last drink, our Southside. I'm also really excited about this one. I've never actually tried it before, so I'm gonna take my garnish off and we'll give this one a taste. So the gin comes through a lot more in that one, and you can definitely have the smell of the mint and also a little bit of the taste of the mint. I don't really taste the orange bitters a lot. It doesn't come through as much as I thought it would, especially because I put a little bit more of the orange bitters. So if you don't have orange bitters on hand, then I would just not put them in. So here are all 3 of our finished drinks. I'm really excited because I'm gonna go enjoy these outside. These are really great drinks because they're all around 4 to 5 ingredients, and they're stuff that you should have on hand if you're making cocktails, like lime juice, lemon juice, simple syrup, your gin. Other than that, there's not a lot else to them, which is really cool because you can kind of make these anytime, and that's why they're great for, especially right now while we're in quarantine, there's not a lot of ingredients to pick up. So if you make these, please comment down below that you made them, which one you made, and which one's your favorite. Give this video a like, and I'll see you in my next one.